What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Today we're reviewing Snap Decision by Burning Sky's Brewery. Burning Sky Brewery, I always get that wrong. So we've had Burning Sky a few times, guys, on the channel. You might recognise them already. Brewed in a little town or area called Firle, which is, I think, pretty near Lewes, in East Sussex. So this is actually an American brown ale, so definitely got to be the first on the channel. I think maybe my first ever. I've definitely had brown ales before, definitely had American ales before, but not an American brown ale. It's coming in at it's just 6%, so it's a pretty hefty one. Well, not hefty, but a decent percentage. It says on the back here, this has been brewed with a doff of the cap. I assume it's that, or perhaps that. To the first wave of American craft brewers. A considerable malt bill gives good mouthfeel backed with a deft use of classic US hop varieties in the copper and dry hop. So I imagine it's going to be quite dark, quite malty, a little bit like an American amber, I imagine. It says the hops used are Cascade, Centennial and Chinook. So yeah, I would call those, I think, pretty standard American ones. Pretty interesting artwork here. It's just got this girl, kind of like perhaps turn of the century or something, perhaps not quite that early, with a car. And a bank, you know, they always got these really cool, kind of almost like anime artworks. But without further ado, guys, let's get cracked into it and see what we get. Bit of steam on the can opening. I think I'm getting really, really bready smells, so we'll see what that entails. Oh yeah, just as dark as I thought. Have a look at that, guys. Yeah. Looks like it almost needs to kind of settle like a nitro beer or like a Guinness or something. Nice bit of sediment in there though. Oh yeah, really, really malty. Oh wow, but sweet too, a little bit. Interesting. Got those really dark malty smells. I don't know if rye is the right word. That might be wrong, but yeah, really, really dark malt. Look at that. You can't call that anything other than a brown ale. That's really brown. Got a nice thick head, slightly off white, obviously, because the beer itself is brown. There we go, that's the whole can out, guys. So yeah, aroma-wise, really, really just getting dark ale smells, like almost like burnt bread, burnt wheat, that kind of smell. That probably doesn't make much sense, but yeah, a little bit of a caramelization smell, but really, really coming through with those kind of deeper, maltier smells. So without further ado, guys, got some real sort of, I don't know if you can call that haze when it's that dark, but really sort of thickness to it. So yeah, cheers, guys. Wow, it's really interesting. Wow. I'll be honest, guys, it's kind of really toned the line, flavour-wise, between an IPA and like a stout or a porter. It's almost like they've mixed the two together. I'm really getting kind of roasted coffee smells, which I think is also, flavours. Which I think is also what I was getting in the smell a little bit, but I was kind of finding it hard to articulate, and all I could sort of think of was like a bready, but like a brown bready kind of smell. But yeah, really, really kind of like roasted malts, roasted coffee. Said it was dry hopped, and although I'm not really that familiar with dry hops, I kind of like believe that. It's kind of, I can't explain it, it just makes sense that it's dry hopped. So a very, very interesting one for sure. Kind of almost getting that like dried fruit kind of flavour, just a tiny bit, not a lot though. It's not particularly fruity. It really has got that roasted deep flavours. They're really deep malty flavours. So if those are the kind of beers that you go for in general, then this is definitely one to try. I mean, I really like Burning Sky. They're really opening my eyes to a lot of different beer styles. that I haven't had before. You know, like their Rekussen Brett yeast beer. I don't think I said it much in the actual video, the actual review, but that was so delicious because of that Brett yeast, mainly, like kind of bubblegum sherbet flavour that it had. And this one again, it's kind of forcing me to try beers that perhaps I just wouldn't pick. But yeah, really got like a mild porter, mild stout flavour for sure. It is nice and enjoyable, but I feel like you've got to like these kind of beers. And I do, for sure, but I don't think if you handed this to the average new beer drinker, they would be like, oh yeah, great, I've just had a lager, I'll have one of these. Because the flavours are so different, obviously. But yeah, this is a nice, enjoyable one. I love you probably can't see it very well, but I love the look of that head. Can't explain it, just, yeah, it looks like a really tasty beer, and obviously it is. Yeah, lovely rich roasty flavours, mixed with a little bit of sweet, little bit of kind of IPA flavour as well. So a really interesting one. It's silly because I'm saying it tastes like a hybrid, but they're, you know, like they've mixed two types of beers together, but they're saying, you know, it pays homage to like OG original American craft beers. Like this is kind of a take on a traditional beer. And it's funny that I'm saying, you know, stouts obviously aren't newer style, but IPAs kind of are. When actually it's a really original, you know, beer that's been around, or type of beer that's been around for a long time. So I think Burning Sky hit it out of the park, really. I think they do this kind of thing really, really well. And yeah, I think for a American brown ale, and don't get me wrong, I haven't tried a lot of them, but I think this is a really pleasant beer. You know, like I say, it's flavours that I can handle, it's flavours that I like. So I'm just going to give this one a 4 out of 5. I'm pretty well pleased with it, to be honest. I wasn't really sure what I was expecting. I was surprised by more of a stouty porter type flavour, but that hasn't like dampened it for me. I think it's a really nice, well-made beer that I'm looking forward to finishing. So guys, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the beer review. Let me know if you have tried this beer. I don't know if it's a common one to find in your local tap room or not. Found it in one of my locals, a new one actually that's appeared in Eastbourne. It's not that new when this video airs, or even me recording this video, but it's a craft beer place called Beerorama. The guys in there are really, really lovely. They'll recognise your face if you go in there more than once. A really personal beer experience, so shout out to them. I know they don't sponsor me. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the beer review. In terms of a beer type, let's see. A beer type that you guys have had recently. Let me know if you've had like a double bock recently, what it was and how much you enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the beer review, and as always guys, I will catch you in the next beer review. Peace.